Hi, this is Christine from The Ordinary Sacred, and this is video number 3 out of 4 on healing trauma. If you want to see the first 2 videos on what is trauma, what happens in your body, and how to use breath work and body work, you can go to my page, go to IGTV. Today, I'm going to talk about what to do when you are triggered. And basically, when you're triggered, it means that your body sees something in the environment or experiences something that reminds it of the trauma. So it's kind of scanning for threat, right? And if it hears a sound or sees something or a smell or a taste or a touch, and it reminds it in any way of your original trauma, the body kind of goes back into fight or flight, telling you, get ready, there's a threat here, okay? And this is an automatic response that your body has, and sometimes you won't even know what's causing it. So the key will be in figuring out what it feels like in your body to be triggered. Even if you don't know what triggered your body, you'll know, oh, my body is triggered right now. And then I'll tell you what to do in that moment to help tell your body that it's safe. I'll just give you an overview real quick here in the back. I'm calling these grounding techniques. They're kind of a group of different things that I do that really help bring me back to the moment. You can see here, being grounded is like coming back to earth, like when you're just out in space and someone says, Earth to Christine, right? You're coming back to the moment, because when we're triggered, we're transported essentially back to the trauma, and our body is responding as if we're in the trauma. So we want to bring ourselves back to this moment right now to see that we're safe. So you can see the first step is essential. It's identifying your triggers and really mainly the triggered feeling. Understanding what that feels like. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that first. So for me, the way that I feel when I'm triggered is that I I'll stop breathing, or I'll like kind of start breathing quickly or shallowly. My heart rate will increase. I might feel dizzy. Sometimes I feel like the world is closing in on me. I might feel, I used to describe it as unstable. I just felt unstable. And I thought that I was going in to have a panic attack. So just a side note, this is one reason why I don't drink coffee anymore, because the sensations in my body that coffee produces, the increased heart rate and more adrenaline, actually mimics a panic attack to me, and I don't know the difference. And so then even feeling like I'm going into a panic attack can create a panic attack. So that's something to note. And really this step is about observing yourself. So the way that awareness, self-awareness goes is you notice yourself after the fact, then you start noticing during, then you start noticing before. So you might notice after you've had a panic attack or after you've had quite a breakdown. And that's okay. That is a really good step to say, okay, I just had this big attack. Usually it's pretty clear, right? But try to hone in on what did it feel like in my body? What happened? Did I feel it in my stomach? Did I feel it in my chest? Notice your breathing. Notice any sensations. You have tingling in your hands. Any kind of anything, because it could be unique to you, but notice how it feels. Because then later you'll notice as you're having it. I have them often in grocery stores. For some reason, the lighting in grocery stores sets me off, and I can notice, oh, I'm experiencing this right now. And now that's key, because once you notice that you're having it, then you can choose to do the next steps that I will tell you about. Okay, and sometimes that can be a process. It can take months sometimes to go from noticing after to during. Just really pay attention to your body, what's happening in your body, and check in with your body regularly. Okay, so the first thing that I do is connect to the earth. And that's actually pretty simple. Wherever I am, where I notice I'm having this attack, I place my feet firmly on the ground and I become aware of how I am connected to the earth. Okay, this actually is grounding, and it brings me back to this moment. So that's the first step. It takes 1-2 seconds. Okay, and if you are able to go outside on grass or dirt with bare feet, that's actually really, really helpful, but often you're not, and that's okay. Just put your feet firmly on the ground and know that you are stable. Okay, that's the first step. The second one is to do some deep breathing, which we talked about in the last video. You can do 4-7-8 breathing, square breathing, alternate nostril breathing. But the main thing is just that you're extending your exhale, because that tells your body, I'm okay. It actually turns on your rest and digest response. So breathe deeply a few times, and nobody around you really even needs to know that you're doing this. You're just aware of your feet on the ground. You take some deep breaths, come back into your body, and then the next one, they call it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're focusing on your 5 senses. So it's really 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you smell, I think, and 1 thing you taste. Now, sometimes you aren't tasting anything. You don't need to go through necessarily all 5 of your senses. For me, just looking around at the shapes and the colors, the things that I actually see in my real environment right now, brings me out of my head. I focus on the sounds, maybe anything I smell, and it really does act to bring me back into this present moment. And that's what I need, because the trigger has transported me to a different moment. So I'm coming back. Okay? And then finally, you can repeat a mantra just in your head, something like, I am here now. I am here now. Or it might be, I am okay. I am safe. Everything's okay. So now you can do all of these steps almost simultaneously. So for example, just as an example, I've mentioned in other videos the triggers that I have. If someone mentions the word suicide, if I smell bleach, if I hear certain songs on the radio, there's lots of different things. So for example, we were in Starbucks the other day, and there was a radio playing, and someone was talking about suicide, and I just immediately started having this sense of the world closing in on me, but I can detect when that's happening. So I put my feet on the ground, took a breath. I started looking at the book stands and the people and the tables around me. And then I said, I am safe. I am here. I am safe. And I came from this really panicked space to a place of peace. And it can take some time to learn how to do this. So practice it. Notice how your body feels when it's triggered. And then know that you have these steps that you can do, that you can choose once you notice. Okay, and in the next video, I'm going to introduce to you something that has been so powerful for me. It's a visualization technique that actually goes back to the traumatic memory and offers hope and healing. So I look forward to that.